Good morning, students. Am I audible? Am I audible? Good morning, students.
Yes, ma'am, you're audible, ma'am. Continue.
Thank you. Thank you, sir. So let me start the class, right? And last class I had given some assignments. You have to construct past three, production rule, derivation for the given sentences. So hope so you had did it, or else we'll see now, right? So just in a recap of last class, we had seen what is past three and how to write production rules from past tree and how to derive from production rules, how to derive a string or a sentence from a production rule, and we ended with definition of a grammar. So we'll go for a smaller quiz, right? In a chat box, be ready within a chat box, right? What is the other name of past tree? Students, please type. If more people are typing only, I will go for a next question. Please be interactive. What is the other name of past tree? Type it in your chat box. We have to cover the questions also, so please quickly type it. What is the other name of past tree? Say yes or no. If you know it, yes. If you not remember, I wouldn't. Right? You can type it both the things. If you don't know, also you can write it don't know. Then only you can recollect the things and repeat and go. Are you there? 138 students are there. What is the other name of right? Kaushika, thank you so much. Syntax tree, very good. And Swati, syntax tree, okay. Harini, syntax tree, very good, very good. Derivation tree, okay. Harini, thank you. So past tree is called syntax tree and derivation tree, right? And we had seen production rules also, right? And definition of the grammar contain 4 tuples. What are the tuples? Type it in the chat box. Type it in the chat box. The grammar containing 4 tuples. What are they? NSTP, right? Very good. NSTP, Nandini, thank you. Kirtana, good, very good. Swati, good. Good, very good, right? And anyone can tell what is N? What is N? What is N? What is N? Non-terminal. Again, okay, very good, right? So you people are remember. Once again, I am repeating that, right? And definition of the grammar containing 4 tuples. That is non-terminal, terminal, start symbol, and production rules. These are the things we had seen in last class, right? And we had seen the example for those things is the man wrote a book, right? And this was an example we had seen, and we already mentioned that from a start symbol, we are going to derive on a string. These are the strings are called as terminals because we are not going to replace again. And the in between intermediate, right? Intermediate nodes are called as non-terminals. Okay, and this is terminal, start symbol, and this is going to be an right intermediate non-terminal symbols because it has a replacement. So all these are called as non-terminals, right? So hope you did an assignment. If not, please copy it, right? And previous example, we don't have a component of beautiful. So beautiful is an adjective, so that will be added in your past tree. See here, from start symbol, I had divided into non-phrase 1 and verb phrase. And non-phrase is divided into article 1, noun 1, and verb phrase again classified into verb and noun phrase 2. Noun phrase 2 is again classified as article 2, adjective, and noun 2. So the adjective part you have to add it. This is a new example you are seeing today, right? So this is going to be in a past tree, and article 1 is the, noun 1 is peacock, verb is, article 2 is the, adjective is beautiful, and N2 is, noun 2 is bird, right? So this is the terminals we received. This is in a sentence collection of strings, right? The is in a one terminal, peacock is one terminal, is one terminal. Together we got on a sentence, the peacock is the beautiful bird. We derived this, the peacock is the beautiful bird sentence from a start symbol S, right? And sorry, it wasn't a mistake, P is deleted, past tree. And definition for past tree is a diagrammatic representation of past structure of a sentence, right? or string, right? Maybe here we are seeing strings, maybe you'll get only one alphabet in each terminal, right? So take example, we are seeing a man wrote a book. Yeah is only one symbol, that may be in a string but within a length of one, right? So together that you can take only one symbol and make it in a string. For that also you can construct a past tree. Suppose taken a bird, I can construct a past tree, right? So later part we'll see those things. And once again, I'm repeating past tree definition. A diagrammatic representation. You should know now. Previously, I've seen what is past tree alone. Now we have to see the definition. A diagrammatic representation or graphical representation of a past structure of a sentence or a string. So it contains, if the past tree contains, the root is S, start symbol. Always the past tree root is start symbol, and intermediate nodes in a tree. Intermediate nodes in a trees are non-terminals. See here, non-terminals are NP1, VP, and you can continue article 1, N1, noun 1, verb, and noun phase 2, article 2, adjective N2. These are things are called as non-terminals because it again replaced with some other strings. So that it is called as non-terminal. And terminal, the comma I had put, it is not in a sentence, it is in a string, right? The is one terminal, peacock is one terminal, is one terminal, the is one terminal, beautiful is one terminal, bird is in a terminal, and S is in a start symbol. So from past tree you can write all this. In productions also you can write it as derives NP1 and VP. So S is replaced. You can write production rules from this also. You had already seen that how to write the production rule from a past tree, right? So I am going for a next. Is that clear? So we are going to write a production rule. I already mentioned that S derives rewritten as. The single arrow means that rewritten, right? So yes, rewritten as noun phase 1 and verb phase. And noun phase 1 is again rewritten as article 1 and noun 1. And then article 1 is the. And noun 1 is peacock. Again, verb phase is rewritten as verb and noun phase 2. And verb is. And noun phase 2 is rewritten as article 2, the new component added in this example, that is adjective. Beautiful is an adjective, so that was added here, right? That wasn't a difference from your previous example. So adjective and noun 2. So article 2 is adjective is beautiful. Sorry, it was the, I think so, right? And N2 is bird. So what is the definition of a production rule? Yeah, rewrite rule. It is a rewrite. The symbol is rewritten as. You have to call it as rewritten. Single arrow. Single arrow. You can call it as rewritten as, that we had seen in last class. So definition of a production rule is a rewrite rule specifying symbol substitution. Please note that a symbol substitution, right? That can be recursively performed to generate new symbol, right? The production rule purposes, we are going to generate new symbol of sequences, right? So that is called as string. So rewrite rule, what is the purpose we are rewriting? A symbol substitution. We want to substitute for a string. So for why we are substituting, we want to create a new symbol of sequence. Is that clear? Do you have any doubts? These are the things we had already studied in last class, so I am going little fast. If you want to repeat it, please type it in your chat box, right? So derivation. So far we had seen how to construct a past tree, how to write production rules from a past tree, and how to derive. The double arrow means that derive, right? And double arrow is meant for single step derivation, and when it is appended with a star, then it is more than one step you can derive it. That is also we have seen in last class, right? So I am deriving from S. From S I am deriving noun phase 1 and verb phase. So noun phase again it derives article 1 and N1. And verb phase as it is there I am writing, right? And article 1 is again derives the, and N1 and VP as it is. And N1 replaces peacock, derives peacock, and verb phrase is still there. And verb phrase replaces V and derives noun phrase 2. So similar way I am proceeding. So you will get the string, the peacock is beautiful, deriving from S, we are deriving. Double arrow means you are deriving using protection rules, you are deriving in a string. So what is the deriving? Obtain some string from a given set of protection rules. Please note it down. Derivations are important, you cannot just like write. So 3 definitions today's class we have learned. What is parse tree? What is protection rule and what is derivation? Derivation is obtain some string from a given set of protection rules, right? So today's class we had given what is derivation, what is parse tree, what is protection rule. Last class we had seen. In today's class we are seeing all the definitions within a clear aspect, right? Please note it down, it is more important. So if you are writing, right, Venice is a beautiful city. So here what you cannot write Venice, right? Venice is in a proper noun, right? So in English, you people are good at very good at English. So no need for much more explanations. So Venice is in a proper noun. So my past three is now like this. See, yeah, sentence again divided into noun phase 1 and verb phase. And noun phase now it doesn't have any article or a noun one, right? It has a proper noun. The proper noun is Venice. And similar other things are you already know it. So this is an past tree for an assignment I had given you. Next we'll go for an production tree, similar way. But noun phase 1 is a proper noun, right? So it doesn't have an article or something. It is going to be an only one interpretation. So similar way. So if you want, please copy it, right? Or you can write it your own. It is not thing. It is very easy. Only thing you have to note it is we are adding one more terminology, how to add proper noun, right? And for derivation, same thing. Noun phrase 1 is replaced with proper noun. So had you seen something what I had did? Had you seen what is mean by that red color scene? Can you guess it? Type it in your chat box. What does mean that? I had marked some red color, right? In that derivations, I had marked it. What it is? Can you explain passing once again, ma'am? Very good, Sanjay Charan. Okay, let me go for passing. So students, be patient. Once again, explain past tree and come. Here, listen, Sanjay, past tree is another sentence is given, right? We are taking from an English, right? English sentence we are taking and passing. Now we are not getting into TOC grammars and all, right? Just we are taking in a sentence from an English. The peacock is the beautiful bird. So in that, how the sentence is framed, right? In school days or in college also, you can study that a sentence will have a structure, subject, verb, object, or noun phrase and verb phrase. Noun phrase again it should contain article and noun one, like that. So many structures you have studied, right? So that's one of the structure I am taking. That sentence starts contains noun phrase 1 and verb phrase, right? And noun phrase is containing article 1 and noun 1. And verb phrase is containing, it is in a rule. It is in a rule that verb phrase should contain verb and noun phrase part 2. That is an object, right? These are the things are in English grammar. It is there. For that, I am deriving an right. I am constructing an past tree. A sentence may contain two phases, right? Noun phrase 1 and verb phrase. And noun phrase again may have a proper noun or article 1 and noun 1 or noun 1 alone, anything. For this sentence, what is the rule is framed? That's what I am going to do. I am doing. So article 1 and noun 1. And again, article 1, what is the article 1? That is the, and noun 1 is peacock, right? And verb, what we are having, verb is the is an article 2, right? It is in a small case, so I am naming it as article 2. It is your wish. People can derive the same article 1 also, you can use it. And beautiful, beautiful is an adjective, right? Those are the things that you are very clear with that. So I'm making as noun phrase 2 in the sentence containing article 2, adjective, and noun 2. So article 2 is small capital letter the, right? Sorry, small letter the. Adjective is beautiful, and noun 2 is bird. So that this is called as an past tree. This how it was. The peacock is the beautiful bird. How it is arrived from S, right? So that was we had derived. Is that clear? Is the production rule? Okay, I'll tell you, Kirtana. First, Sanjay Charan, is that clear? Passing. Sanjay, are you there? I'm explaining for you again. Sanjay. Okay, very good. Kirtana, production rules, right? So, see, Kirtana, you tell that this is a past tree we had created, all right? And from that, I can write in a production rule. So, yes is rewritten as, right? The production rules is I'm going to, yes, how it is rewritten, say a start symbol. It is now a sentence, right? A sentence having what are things noun phase 1 and verb phase 1. Yeah, so a sentence may derive, right, noun phase and verb phase. That is what I am going to write as a production rule, right? See here, next thing we'll see how to write in a production, a sentence, right? A sentence rewritten as noun phase 1. Yes, right, is rewritten as noun phase 1 and verb phase 1. So, and then what is noun phase 1? Noun phase 1 again it derives, right? It is rewritten as article 1 and noun 1. Like that we are writing everything. And these are the things that are non-terminal. So it substitutes some other thing. It substitutes some other thing. Like that it will go because it's a non-terminal. Suppose take example article 1. It ends there. They cannot be rewritten as that's it. Article 1 is the in the sentence. In the sentence, what is the peacock is in a beautiful. For that we are writing a production rule. Not for the whole English grammar, right? For that sentence, what is the past tree? What is the production rule we are writing? Is that clear? Is that right clear? Kirtana B? Kirtana B is it? Yes, ma'am. Okay, thank you, ma'am. Shall I proceed further or you want to explain more? Okay. So, the is in a terminal. So, we are not going to replace for the peacock, the blue color ones, right? These are the things are terminals which doesn't have a replacement. But whatever the thing noun phrase 2 as in a rewritten, it can be rewritten as article 2, adjective, or some other form. Suppose take example, it may have only noun 2 also, right? It depends upon the sentence. So all the sentence we are not writing. For understanding purpose, we are taking in only one sentence. For that, how production rule will be, how past tree. Don't confuse it in a language. I am not taking the whole English language and writing in a derivation, right? So that's you put it in a sentence. For understanding purpose, we are writing a single sentence. Only English is containing the sentence. The peacock is a beautiful one. Like that you assume, then you can understand it is clear, right? Is that clear? Type it in your chat box, students. Sorry, ma'am, network issues rejoined. Okay, Narayan. No problem. Students, is that clear? Past tree, production rules, derivation. Do you have any confusions? Type it in the chat box. Is that clear? Is that clear? Clear now. Okay. So, and one more differentiation I had it, right? For the example too, whether you note it down or not. Okay, see here. I had marked as in a red color, right? Red color and something all in blue color. Had you find what it is? Did you find it? What it is? Why I had given red color? That is always there. It is rewritten as that is also there. But I'm seeing that you people are very new to this concept, so I am telling the answers, right? Please see that always I'm replacing leftmost non-terminal. What is non-terminal? What is non-terminal? It will have a substitution string, right? What terminal? It doesn't have a substitution string. That you have to remember, right? So always I can take VP also for replacement here, but I had taken only leftmost. Always I am taking leftmost. Similar way, you can always take rightmost. or a derivation simply anything. Suppose take example in the second one, in the second one, I have three non-terminals, article 1, N1 and VP. Any order I can take, then it is derivation. In any order I am taking, then it is derivation. But if I am giving prioritizing, always I will take leftmost, then it is leftmost derivation. If I am prioritizing, always right side, VP, 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 and VP I am replacing, and this side it is going, then it is called as rightmost derivation. Right? Now we are seeing type of derivation, that is leftmost derivation and rightmost derivation. So we'll see the example, right? So now you tell it whether it is in a leftmost derivation or rightmost derivation. Type it in your chat box. Red. Sanjay Charan, now you came back. Whether you understood past three or not, I had repeated for you. Okay. See whether it is an what you are seeing in the screen is an a leftmost derivation or rightmost derivation. Type it in the chat box. If you are preferring always leftmost derivation, leftmost non-terminal, then leftmost derivation. Leftmost, Itna bhi, thank you. If you are preferring always rightmost, Chella Maulika, thank you. Good, very good. Swati D, thank you. Good. Right. What about other people? Are 150 students are there only? Always few people are typing. So you are seeing example of leftmost derivation, right? So we are seeing the types of derivations, leftmost derivation and rightmost derivation. And this is going to be now the same one which we have seen. The man wrote a book. Whether it is in a leftmost, I had given in that, right? So it is in a leftmost derivation. I am preferring always to derive from leftmost, right? So NP1 is taken. I have two first sentence. Yes, only one non-terminal is there. So here no leftmost or rightmost. So it derives noun phrase 1 and verb phrase. In that I have two options, leftmost and rightmost. In that I am taking only leftmost. So I am replacing noun phrase 1 as an article 1 and N1, right? In that second derivation, second step of derivation, I'll have three non-terminals, but I am taking leftmost, right? Article 1. And article 1 is replaced with the, right? In the third step, again I have two options, verb phrase and noun 1. I can replace with verb phrase also, there is nothing wrong. But I am going for I am preferring leftmost derivation, right? I want to derive as a leftmost. So I am taking N1. Why we are doing leftmost or rightmost later, but we'll see. First you understand what is leftmost derivation and rightmost derivation, right? So N1 we are taking and we are replacing with an MA. Then now we don't have an option. This is only a terminal available in this sentence. So I am making us deriving verb phrase as a verb and noun phrase too. Now I have two options, but always I will prefer leftmost because it is a leftmost derivation. I want to do it as a leftmost derivation. So I always pick leftmost non-terminal. Is that clear? Replaces leftmost non-terminal in each step. That is a leftmost derivation. Is that clear? Actually, I left the session due to power cut. No problem. I'll ask my friends. Okay. Is that clear? Leftmost derivation. Students, type it in your chat box. Is that clear? What you are seeing as a leftmost derivation along with the definition. Each time you have to replace with the leftmost non-terminal. Okay. So now a rightmost derivation you are seeing, right? See what it is, rightmost derivation. You have sentences in a single terminal, so no right and left. So I replaced with the noun phrase 1 and verb phrase. See here now the red color indicates what I am going to pick. I always pick right side, right? See once again here in NP1, right? In the fourth step, right? Fifth step, I think so. Fifth step, right? Noun phrase 1 and verb, yeah, book is there. But what I am going to take always rightmost, right? So see here, noun phrase 1 and verb phrase is there, but I am taking a rightmost non-terminal I am picking to replace, right? Applying productions rule, and I am replacing what, right? verb and noun phrase 2. Again I am taking rightmost. Again I am taking rightmost, right? Rightmost into is book. And then next I am going to take article, right? Article, yeah. And then next rightmost is verb. It is wrote. Next noun phrase. Then only I am replacing with the article one and noun. I have two choices, but I am taking always right side non-terminal. So non-terminal is replaced with noun one is replaced with man, and article one is. Finally, I got the man wrote a book, right? So this is what a rightmost derivation always replaces rightmost non-terminal in each step. This is rightmost derivation. Is that clear? Is that clear? So now you have to tell what type of derivation it is. Whether it is rightmost derivation or leftmost derivation. Type it in your chat box here. The slide shows some derivation, whether it is leftmost or rightmost. Rightmost, Kaushika, rightmost. Check it once again. Combination of both, yeah. Kitana B, you got it. Middle, what is middle here? It is not the thing, yeah. Sorry, Vignesh. Right? Only two types of thing, or else it is in a derivation, right? Good girls, you are guessing, right? So it is in a derivation, that's it. Any direction or anything you are replacing, any non-terminal you are picking, both, okay. Then it is called as a derivation. Good, good, good. Almost you people are got it. Vignesh, it is not like a middle we are telling, that is in a derivation, right? Is that clear? Is that clear? Vignesh? Vignesh, is there? Yes, ma'am. Okay. Good. You made an attempt, right? So, see here, I have choices. I had taken a rightmost, but here, right? See here, in that side, I had taken the second step. I had taken leftmost. So I am replacing this, and in this one, I am taking a rightmost. And in this, I had taken leftmost. So I'm doing it any order. It is not leftmost or rightmost. This is just a derivation. If you are preferring derivation, is a nothing. Derivation is simple one. You have to derive from a non-terminal to a terminal strings, right? So you can take any rightmost terminal, a non-terminal, or leftmost terminal. Any sort of things you can choose it, right? And you can go for skipping steps also. From S, I can put star. I can write the man wrote a book. That is also possible, right? Directly I can derive it from skipping more steps. So in each step, you can pick rightmost or left, any non-terminal you can pick it. Then it is derivation. If you are giving preference to picking only left side, leftmost, then it is giving leftmost derivation. Only right side, then it is giving rightmost derivation. So type of derivation is leftmost derivation, rightmost derivation. Later part we see the purpose of leftmost derivation and rightmost derivations, right? So definition of derivation, leftmost derivation and rightmost derivation. A leftmost derivation is obtained by applying production to the leftmost variable in each step, right? So always you put variable means non-terminal. Please note it down. I'm adding one more terminology. Non-terminal, I can call it as variable. Students, please note it down. Non-terminal, we can call it as variable because it's variables always have a substitution, right? It varies. The value get changed. So variable, right? The leftmost derivation is obtained by applying production to the leftmost non-terminal or variable in each step. And rightmost derivation is obtained by applying production to the rightmost variable or non-terminal in each step, right? In any order, if you are picking in a variable, then it is derivation alone. It is derivation alone. So now another example. See, I am introducing new production rules. So far, you had seen only English, right? Now we are getting into, and he meant for arithmetic expressions in a computer, right? Expressions. You are studied it in programming languages. So arithmetic expressions plus multiplication, and then only plus and multiplication we are taking here, leaving other arithmetic operations. So it may be expression plus expression, or expression multiplied by expression, or identifier. You substitute variables, right? So variable or a value. So for that, I'm going to derive a leftmost derivation and rightmost derivation. So see here, E replaces with an production rule 1, E plus E. And I'm taking this E, leftmost E first, so it will be replaced with an identifier. And then I'm keeping as it is. And third step, this will be replaced with E multiplication with E, the second production I'm using. Again, I'm taking leftmost production. This E will be replaced with ID. And finally, I will be replaced with ID plus ID star ID. I'm using three production rules. E tends to E plus E. May you can write it down also, right? E tends to E star E and E tends to E ID. This is in a production rules. And it derives, right? Using in a productions rule, we are going to derive this one. This is in a leftmost derivation. For deriving a string, ID plus ID star ID. This was given, right? I have to derive a string ID plus ID star ID. This is for programming language arithmetic expressions, right? And similar way for the same string, I can have both are leftmost. You can have rightmost derivation. Can you please write this? Both are in a leftmost derivation. So what you will write? First, you have to start it with E star E, right? And this E will be replaced by ID, that is rightmost, right? You can write it. This was in a two different leftmost derivations. Two different leftmost derivation. You can have rightmost derivation. For rightmost derivation, take the example E star E. You have to write it first, right? This E will be replaced with ID, right? Because rightmost you have to take it, all right? And then for this E, you have to write it E plus E and ID from leftmost you can write it. And I told you that why we are going for leftmost derivation or rightmost derivation to find ambiguity in a grammar. Later, next class, we'll see ambiguity in a grammar very detailedly. This is a starting, right? Just put why we go for derivations, leftmost derivation and rightmost derivation. A grammar said to be an ambiguous grammar if it derives two or more leftmost derivation or rightmost derivation. So for that I had taken, and just so far you had seen English sentences, no? So just a grammar for arithmetic expressions. Is that clear? Is that clear? Okay. Is that clear? Students? Is that clear? Only 10 minutes. Yeah, yes, ma'am. Yes, ma'am. Kaushika. Okay, good. So shall we go for next? So next important thing, right? Up to your, if you are going for write any competitive exams in CSE, you will get the questions from type of formal grammar, right? So type of formal grammar is more important one, right? Surely in gate paper or any ISRO, DSRO exams, surely you'll get at least minimum of 5 marks. You'll get it from this, right? Type of grammars and what rules it says, right? You'll get it examples like that. Surely minimum you'll get 3 to 5 marks. You'll get it, right? So how I'm going to classify my grammar, right? Or I'm going to make it as a different types using production rule, right? What is the production rule you had in alpha tends to beta? That was a production rule. You know that alpha is there, then you can replace alpha by beta. That is in a production rule. Alpha single arrow derives beta. That is going to be in a production rule, right? And putting in a restrictions, right? And putting in a thing, right? This alpha has to be like that, beta has to be like that. Then it have a classification. So there are 4 types of grammar: type 0, type 1, type 2, type 3. Similar way, 4 tuples in grammar and 4 types of grammar: type 0, type 1, type 2, type 3. And type 0 is unrestricted. The grammar belongs to type 0 is called as unrestricted grammar. Type 1, context sensitive. Right? Why context sensitive and how is unrestricted, that and all we'll see detail, right? Just to remember, you have to know the classification: type 0, type 1, type 2, type 3. Type 0 is unrestricted grammar. Type 1 is context sensitive grammar. Type 2 is context free grammar. Type 3 is regular grammar, right? This regular languages, and you had seen it in finite automata, right? How automata is related to this grammar also, I'll tell it in the end of slide, right? Is that clear? How many types of grammar is there? How many types of grammar? Just type it. I want you to be refreshed. Please explain again now. Swati, what I have to explain? Grammar? Grammar or what? What? Swati, are you there? Swati? Girls, how many types of grammar, right? Swati, yes, ma'am. How many types of grammar? 1, 2, 3, 4. Objective type 4. Very good, very good. Right? What is type 4? What is type 4? Type 4 grammar. Fourth type, it is type 3 actually. You have to tell 0 and start out. So you have to tell it type 3. Regular. Very good. Type 3 grammar is regular. What is type 1? What is type 1? Type 1. Context sensitive. Very good. Context sensitive. Right? And what is your syllabus containing? What is your syllabus containing? I had shown your syllabus, right? It started with context-free grammar, right? So your syllabus part very much concentrating on context-free grammar. Your fifth unit will talk about Turing machine related to unrestricted grammar, type 1, right? Already you have studied type 3 grammar, regular languages or regular grammar, right? So we'll see, right? Once again, I'm repeating. Please, this is a very important part in your thing, right? Whatever you're doing, maybe in an interview section, people are interested in mathematical models. Surely they'll ask these questions, right? So type 0 is unrestricted grammar. Type 1 is context sensitive. Type 2 is context free, and type 3 is regular, right? And 2 mark also they'll ask. So we'll see how it is classified. Only 4 slides. I have left out with 7 minutes. So students, please be concentrate. I'll quickly go through. So you know that production rule is alpha tends to beta, right? So it means that alpha, if there in alpha is there in a derivation, you can replace with beta. But we are going to having right. What we are going to do? We are putting in a rules for productions. Right, we are putting restriction on production and we are going to classify it. If alpha is less than length of an alpha less than and beta, it is called as length increasing grammar. See here, it is length increasing grammar, or I can say fast structure grammar rules, right? And unrestricted grammar, right, will generate some set of strings. You know that, right? Grammar is for generating to form a string. That strings are accepted or put together is called as a language. That language is accepted by Turing machine. Please, every grammar is associated with one automata and associated within one language. The grammar will generate strings, generating devices in a grammar. That strings put together is called as in a language. The language will be accepted by an automata. The automata for accepting type 0 is Turing machine. Is that clear? And the language generated by unrestricted grammar is recursive enumerable languages. Later part we will see detail, right? Now we are going to see these are the points you have to remember. The language generated by unrestricted grammar is accepted by Turing machine, and other name of unrestricted grammar is length increasing grammar, fast structured grammar, and the form, right? And first class itself I had told that what is V. Any people will remember now? So far you are remembering only NTPS. NTPS. What is V? Anyone will remember? If you had remembered that, people are amazing in the class, right? That is a wonderful student in the class. You can name it as verb. No, right? In first class I had total strings. Yeah, Sanjay Charani, a little more nearer. What is total? Total alphabet, right? Kausika, right? A great applause to you. Good, very good, yeah, very good, super. Total alphabet, because in only one slide I had used that. B meant for total alphabet. I had asked the questions also. No problem, Sanjay Charan. It was too good. You tried, right? And Nandini, okay, you can try. You can, but the terminologies are more important. I'm repeating throughout the sessions. These are things are very interesting and easy to remember also, right? Okay, Barshain. Okay. So we'll go for it. So total alphabet, DS and a total, it means that either non-terminal or terminal will be present, right? A group of, right? Any combinations of terminal and non-terminal will be present in alphabet. The V star, N, V star. It means that in regular expression you have studied these terminologies. I am not going to repeat it, right? At least one non-terminal should be in alpha. At least one non-terminal should be in alpha. Prefix and suffix with any combinations of non-terminal and terminals, right? Is that clear? And alpha should not be epsilon. And beta is an element of a non-terminal and terminal. Any combination if we start the total alphabet start. Is that clear? Is that clear? Students, please type it. I had explained type 0 unrestricted grammar. Is that clear? Turing machine. Type 0 unrestricted Turing machine. Right? It should have left side. Alpha should have only one non-terminal at least, and prefix and suffix with any combination of strings, right? And beta is only combinations of terminals and non-terminals. Length has to be greater compared to alpha for beta. Is that clear? Say yes or no. Does we have any example, ma'am? Yeah, we can have it, right? In next class, I'll take those examples. Now I'll classify and proceed, or else I can say, right, some example board for me, right? Sorry, okay, we'll see. You should have a grammar also. Vignesh, I'll tell you an example because now only you are familiar. Only one example arithmetic you have seen. After seeing context-free grammars, and then I'll give detailed grammar about those things. Alpha, suppose take example. We have seen noun phrase one and terminal the, right? For example, I am telling, don't relate with whatever you have seen here, right? For this alpha, I can have here terminal the plus noun one here replaces, right? Replaces, and this side it will be a man, right? Like that I can replaces. Hope you can imagine. There is nothing related to English grammar, right? I am going for an automata related grammars. For that I can make it clear. For understanding purpose, I am telling, please listen. The alpha may containing terminals. What are the terminals we had seen? The, right? And then we have a non-terminals we are seen as a noun one, article, and then noun verb, like that. So here left hand side alpha I am going to have the noun one replaced with the man. You are getting or not? The noun one can be the, it will be replaced as beta as the man. So this containing alpha is containing a combination of the and noun one, n1. Non-terminal is also present, and then our terminal is also present in the side, alpha side. It is replacing the man. Now noun one is replaced with the man. You are getting or not? Is that clear? Okay. Thank you. So in that case, like that, several examples we can have. But now you people are very familiar with English grammar. So later we'll see with a detailed example. Only thing you have to remember, in alpha side, you can have terminals and non-terminals. At least one non-terminal has to be present. And alpha should not be epsilon. It should not be empty, right? Empty cannot be replaced with anything. So you should not be epsilon. Alpha should not be epsilon. And beta is any combinations of, again you can replace with terminals and non-terminals, right? Right hand side. So as you seen, all the examples will have combination of terminals and non-terminals. So it beta will have. So the length of an alpha is always greater than, always lesser than beta. Is that clear? I'll go for a next type, right? So again, putting more restriction. This is called as a context sensitive type oneness. Why context sensitive? I'll tell you later, first, children. See here, down I had given, right? Alpha A is a non-terminal, right? Beta, and alpha is a combination of terminal and non-terminal, and beta is a combination of non-terminal and terminals, and this is replaced with, right? Alpha beta, sorry, B beta. You can ask a very well question, ma'am. Directly we can put A tends to B. A will be replaced with B with the constant of, with the presence of alpha and beta only. A will be replaced by B if it is prefix with alpha and suffix with beta. Then only you can replace A with B. Is that clear? Say yes or no. Is that clear? Context sensitive. With the context, you are going to replace. So that it is called as context sensitive. A tends to be directly you can write it, but prefix that alpha has to be there, suffix beta is there. That time only A will be replaced with B. Is that clear? Students, type it in the chat box. Context sensitive. Type 1 grammar. Is that clear? Is that clear? With that, we'll close it. Type 0 and type 1. That's it. Vinisha CV, yes. Vignesh J. Yeah, good. So we started with an type of grammars. Time is out 10:17. So I'll stop it here. Remaining type of grammars, we'll see it later. Right? Thank you so much. Right? Hope